Hello, our gorgeous besties. Welcome back to band practice. I'm Emma.
And I'm Madison. I like the switch up. That caught me off
I
guard.
love I love switching the script on Madison and getting a live reaction. It's like a bit.
I know. You see it my face changes. I go, wow, okay. No, that was a good one. I like it. You should come up with something new every week. That should be our new thing.
Okay, I like it.
And live reaction.
Our new thing should be you. You have to think of something unique every week.
No, I thought of that because have you ever listened to the podcast Maintenance Phase? It's like a wellness podcast.
No, I haven't.
There's two hosts, and one of them comes up with kind of an ironic joke about they're a very liberal health podcast, so they'll talk about Joe Rogan. Why was I going to say Joe Biden? Joe Rogan and the carnivore diet, and then he'll have to come up with a joke surrounding that, and then it's always really good every week. I'm like, how does he do that? But that's going to be your new thing.
That's my new thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. I can do it.
The pressure's on.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, today's episode we're going to be talking about astrology, and we're going to be diving into our charts. We did something similar with our human design a couple months ago, and now we're doing it with astrology, so you guys can get to know us even better.
Yes. I'm excited because I don't know, I feel like the human design was interesting, but it was so over our heads. And this, I'm like, yes, I get it.
I have a little bit more
no
of a
big
grasp.
word.
No.
Less big word, easy read.
Actually. So maybe we'll be a little more articulate in this one, and we can actually dive in. Yeah, no promises, because I feel like I still I pretend like I know what I'm talking about. I can keep up in a conversation about zodiacs or astrology or whatever, but I actually don't know anything at all, pretty much, other than I know my chart and my signs. But if you have something that I don't have, don't know anything. Never heard of it.
No, I agree, but it is fun. Okay, so spoiler alert, we're both Virgos. So I feel like whenever we meet or encounter another Virgo, I'm so excited.
Same.
There is something fun about it.
Yeah. Or even I know, well, my mom's also a Virgo, but our other good friend Dom, she's a Capricorn, which is another earth sign. So also whenever I meet somebody that's a Capricorn, I'm like, oh, we're gonna be friends because I have a Capricorn friend. Because it's just, or Ben's a Scorpio, so I'll meet another Scorpio guy and be like, I understand you. I see right through you. I just have experience with a few signs, but I act like I know everything about those few signs.
Yeah. And then you have a bad encounter me in my breakups, and it's all of a sudden any man that's this sign is dead to me.
Dead. They're stupid.
And we'll talk about that.
Yeah. We'll get into that later in the episode.
Yeah. Well, it feels almost like we haven't recorded in a while, but that's literally not true. It's been a week like always, but maybe it's because it was Halloween weekend.
Yes.
And so I feel we have a lot to catch up on, even though I know neither of us did anything.
Nothing at all. Nothing. There's actually nothing to catch up on.
Something to talk about.
Here it's been snowing, so that's been my update. I feel like the snow's still kind of fun to me because I've never lived anywhere where it snowed except for last year. So it was still fun when it snowed, but I feel by the end of this winter I'm gonna be over it. I can already feel it. Especially having a dog and having to take him out in the snow. It's gonna be a lot. So I'm very excited for my upcoming trip to Arizona is it a week now?
Yeah, basically a week.
Yeah, I think I come next Tuesday. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Some warm weather.
I'm really looking forward to it as well. It's kind of the highlight of my year.
Yeah.
Kind of the highlight of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be our longest. Because were you here for 5 or 6 days when you came for Noah?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and then we're going to be there for 6 days. So this is going to be our longest time together in a while.
Prepare to be sick of me.
Prepare to be sick of me. You will not
be sick of us.
Actually, you will be a prisoner in my parents' home, and I'm not letting you leave until you have to go to sleep. I understand. You're a mother.
I'll bring Harley.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. That was the only thing holding me back.
Yeah. Can you
Also,
imagine Harley and Indy?
I was going to say we're bringing Indy on the trip.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about this yet because I don't even think I had this booked the last time we recorded, but Ben and I are both going to Arizona, so we're also bringing Indy on his first trip, his first flight. And so I'm just so excited to see him, like, with my childhood dog. But yeah, he can meet all the Arizona friends and family, and I'm so excited.
I'm excited for him. He's gonna love it. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like, Mom, can we move here?
Yeah, he will. He already asked. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. How's he liking the snow?
He's been doing better than I thought. Like, he'll run around for a while. We took him out to like the park by our house yesterday, and there were other dogs that were playing. And he was like running around with them, and they were much bigger, and they're like shepherds. I feel like they're like much more, they have thicker coats, so they like weren't as cold. But he was keeping up with them. And then he got trampled. If you saw my TikTok,
saw that.
Yeah, a big off-leash dog trampled him, but he was fine.
Yeah, he just did a few 360s, and it was good.
He went flying. But I slow-moed the video. You guys can see it on my TikTok if you want. But I slow-moed the video to see because I was like, this dog ran straight into him. Like, did not even attempt to stop. I was like, what happened here? And I slowed it down. The dog was wearing like a really big jacket with a hood, and the hood was completely over his head.
Oh, that's so funny.
So she was just running around blind and like definitely did not see Indy and just ran right into him. And the owners felt so bad, but I was like, it's fine. He rolled and got right back up.
It's so funny.
But yeah, he starts shivering after a little bit, and then he wants to come inside. So we'll see how he does.
Me too.
I know. I get him. He's just like me,
I
for
get
real.
that. Yeah. What do I have to share?
I'm like, any dating updates?
Not really. Well, I do be building a roster. Like, not even actually, but kind of. Oh, I have a funny story. I feel bad. I have to share the video I had sent you over the weekend.
What was it?
So, of our mutual friend's friend.
Oh yeah.
So I met this, like, I'm like trying to avoid, like, I'm not gonna name drop or anything, but I met my friend's boyfriend's friends. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And one of them is like single and thought I was cute or something, and he like didn't really talk to me, and my friend was like, no, he normally like doesn't shut up. So I was like, oh, I make boys nervous. And then later on that night at like 1 a.m, she sends me a video of like they're in their house, and because she knows that I have a rule that like I won't date anyone under 5'10". Like you have to be Madison's height at least.
Yeah.
Like really, and like that's like if everything else is a 10 out of 10, but like otherwise it's gotta be 6 foot. So I get a video of his buddies measuring him against the wall to like make sure that he's like 5'10", and he was like exactly 5'10", and his friend was like, you're clear, you're good.
I don't know if it was him in the video who said it or one of the other friends, but like when they were almost done measuring, they were like seeing it kind of close to the line, and one of them goes, "Oh no!"
Like that was him. Like, he was like, "Oh no, oh no!"
Like the genuine fear, like, "Oh no!"
So funny. No, it was probably just for like shits and gigs, but I don't know. It's just interesting to see boys be interested in me. I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
And it's always fun when it's like a friend's friend or like a friend's boyfriend's friend. I like that because then
you get the tea.
Yes, you get the tea, and you can kind of like weasel your way in with friends first, just kind of like hang around, and then it's like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But it's always just a little fun, silly thing.
The Suns season started, so that's fun. Booker is out injured though. He hurt his foot.
Dang.
Wah wah.
Womp womp womp.
It's his birthday today.
Woohoo!
That we're recording this. Woo! Happy birthday, baby.
Please. You're like,
it's literally a joke.
Another year around the sun with you. Like you write
literally, I write like a hole.
I'm so grateful for you. You work so hard to provide.
Oh my god. I'm praying for your speedy recovery.
Oh my gosh. Poor guy. I didn't know that. I didn't watch the last game or games.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be on the bench, but they're still like winning games. So how about
Yeah.
that?
How about them apples?
Hmm.
Did you do anything for Halloween at all?
It's crazy that you would ask me that, and now I have to say no.
I know, but well, I didn't either, like at all, like nothing of the
Yeah.
sort. But I was wondering if like you hung out with somebody or like no,
I hung out with my
nothing.
brother
Okay, fun.
and watched the World Series because people in Arizona care about that right now.
Yeah.
Not me though. No, I mean tomorrow's Halloween, the actual holiday, and we're doing something at work, and I have a costume and everything, so it'll
Okay.
be cute, and I'll get my little Halloween vibe going. But honestly, I'm kind of ready for Christmas. I've been burning my Christmas candle. Like I'm ready to get the show on the road. I think.
Same. Especially because it snowed like Halloween weekend, the whole Halloween
Mhm.
weekend. It was snowing, so I was like I just kept singing it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas and
Yeah, it is.
Ben and Indy were like begging me to stop singing it. Like I really couldn't stop. All day long I was singing it. So I'm in the Christmas spirit. Like 'tis the season, to be quite frank.
Tis the season.
Yeah.
I know it's starting to like the high is now below 90s. It's in the 80s, and I'm like, Santa is on his way. Like he's in the sleigh. Like he's coming. He's gonna be
Santa
here
Claus is
soon.
coming to town. Santa Claus
Santa
is
Claus is
coming to town.
ooh, podcast guest Santa?
Oh,
Question mark?
Rudolph.
Rudolph. Rudolph expose. A tell all.
Please. He talks about his
Yeah.
working conditions. Okay, I don't know what's gotten into us, but
Like,
we've
what are we
really we
doing?
gotta pull it together. So
We must continue on. Like, the people don't care.
they don't. We're just shooting the shit over here. I forgot that
Yeah.
we were recording. I'm like, oh, people are listening.
She said, okay, back on track, back to the script. What are we drinking?
You
I
go
am thirsty,
first.
so.
Yeah, you go
Okay,
first.
okay. Well, oh, shoot. I can't believe I have to hold my mic in.
Crack it open.
Okay. Yeah. So I found this flavor. Well, okay. You know what? We need to talk about something.
Okay.
I have been trying to find the Alani Witch's Brew flavor at a local Target for weeks now. And it's actually really funny because the app will say that they have them in stock, and I'm searching high and low. I'm moving cans around on the shelves. There's none. I went to 2
None.
Targets this morning before work. None. And anyways, I'm just very upset about it. And I'm just everyone else keeps sending me pictures of them finding Alani Witch's Brew, and I can't. And so it's just like a sick joke. But what I did find is the new ginger ale Olipop. So we're gonna give that a try.
I haven't tried that. I'm very curious to
Moving my
know
hair.
your thoughts.
All right, we're gonna sip it from the can, although I do have a glass of ice waiting for me.
Okay.
Hmm. One thing about Olipop is it's gonna taste like Olipop.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. It would make a good mixer. It's actually just a little too sweet for me, but it is good.
Really?
Flavor's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. I do love a ginger ale though, so I'm kind of disappointed. The color is kind of giving a little bit of witch's brew. At least it's like got the green hues going on.
That's true. It does feel kind of seasonal, doesn't it?
It does. Are you gonna
Hmm.
ask me what I'm drinking?
Girl, let me finish taking my sip. Oh my god. You see, I'm struggling here. Okay. Hey, Madison, what you drinking?
Masson.
Hey, Madison.
I really didn't want to do this, but I just couldn't resist. It's the witch's brew Alani.
You're evil. Like, you literally were like, I have big plans for my drink today. She texted me that. I was like, okay. And she's laughing. Y'all hear it. She's laughing. She thinks it's funny.
It is. It's so funny because I sent Emma a picture. I went to Target this morning and I sent her a picture of like the big ass end cap just with like hundreds of witches brew Alanis. And I was like, found them because I know she's been looking for them. And she was like, this is it. This is my last straw. She was like, I'm going to Target right now. And drove. How long did you drive? You went to Awatuki.
Yeah. I went to 2 different ones. So that was like 8 miles away.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just thought it'd be a funny bit. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good
Mm-hmm.
bit. Oh, I will say Laura did text me today. She went to some other Target, I think, near work, and she found a singular can and she's bringing it home for me. So I'll have it.
Wow.
I'll
That
get to
is,
savor it.
that's real.
Yeah, she loves me.
Can you order them online?
That's a great. Can you imagine if like this whole time it's just almost fun like having to hunt for it.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of what the Harry Styles Vogue cover.
Mm.
And like I was going to every bookstore and like grocery store in my city every day for like 2 weeks to try and find it. That's what this feels like for
Mm-hmm.
me.
I was gonna say the Olipop cream sodas. Like, I know I could just
Mm.
order a case, but I will look at them or look for them every time I'm at the store and not find
Mm-hmm.
them. It's just a fun little game I like to play.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It's about the chase.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Except I don't chase, I attract. So
That is so real, and that's why you have one on the
and
way.
yeah, exactly. There is something wrong with this today.
I know. It
I
is
love
giving.
it.
It's giving the vibe though that we haven't recorded in a while. Like, I'm so excited to chat with you,
Yeah. Right?
but it's only been a week. Like,
Weird.
we're just being dramatic.
It's a little spooky. I feel like I'm
Um,
giving vocal fry, but it's because I was sick, okay?
I was gonna say you're giving raspy, like, rawr. I like it.
It's giving Kardashian vocal fry.
Mm-hmm. Even you said like a specific word earlier, and I meant to point it out, and then we
Oh, you
got
liked
caught
it?
up. I did. I liked it. I'm not kidding.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's giving like, you know how, well, you were sick, but I was gonna say, like, sometimes when you're sick and then you're getting over it, and you kind of like the rasp, like you're like, ooh, like I could
Yeah.
like be a country singer or something.
I'm like, call me Miley Cyrus. Like,
Yes,
damn.
exactly, exactly. That is what you're giving right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Shall we get into our charts?
Let's do it.
Okay. So, first we wanted to talk about like our general overall thoughts of astrology because I feel like I was going to say misgendered. I feel like
Oh.
the word misunderstood. Not
Oh,
a,
she feels misunderstood.
I feel like I'm misunderstood because not that I'm not like an astrology girl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't identify as an astrology girl, but like I said, I can keep up in the conversation. But I
Yeah.
feel like people, for whatever reason, automatically assume that I am like the person to read your chart, to like really tell
Yeah.
you, break it down. And I'm like, I'm unfortunately just not that girl. Like, I actually
Mm-mm.
don't know that much. Um, I've always been like interested in it and aware of my chart and like the
Mm-hmm.
general, vibe of the signs, but I've never really been like fully into it or fully even understand my chart. Like, I don't know. I had to look up like my rising and my moon for this. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that being said, like, I do believe in it, like roughly, I guess. I wouldn't say it's like end all be all, like everything in my chart I like strongly align with and identify with. I think it's kind of more so like I just take what I want and leave what I don't. And like
Yeah.
I do really think that I'm like very much a Virgo, but the rest of it I don't really know about. What about you?
I kind of feel the same way. I think I had like a decent astrology phase in college. I mean, it was just like cool and trendy at the time. And not that it, I mean, it's still a big thing and it's like a whole study of stuff, but I don't know. I don't think I pay attention to it too much anymore. Like I used to, I wouldn't necessarily outright ask guys for what their sign was, but like I'd want to know like what a guy's sign is to like secretly like look up our compatibility or like stuff like that. But I'm not really, I don't let it dictate my expectations for a connection or like interaction with a person. So, but like, I think it's a fun, silly little thing to look up. So, you know.
Yeah, definitely giving silly vibes. Like, I don't know, but it's fun. To me, it's more like fun than anything.
Yeah.
Than like Bible.
I hear Bible and I think Kardashians.
I know.
Bible.
I have really been wanting to integrate that in my vocabulary. And also, we talk about them all the time, but the What We Said podcast, I noticed in their last episode, they always say that's beyond. Like beyond, they don't
It's beyond.
expand beyond that. They just say, no, that's beyond. And I'm like, I don't even exactly know what they mean by that, but I love it.
We need to have our own little vernacular too.
I know.
What's our thing?
I don't know.
Hmm.
We'll have to think about it. Much to think about today.
So much is being thought about this episode.
Mm-hmm. On that note, we wanted to do a little gossipy, a little judgy section where we talk about our favorite and least favorite.
As Virgos, we do in fact have opinions. We do judge a little bit. So yeah, favorites, Virgos.
Mm-hmm. Always. Wait, but specifically Virgo women. Virgo men, I don't really care about. I don't really know
in general. Like I'm not really
big on them. Yeah.
No.
But Virgo girls, amazing, beautiful, perfect.
Love, yeah, stunning.
The best, really.
Truly. I do actually like Libras. I think Libras are cool, the ones I know.
I don't know that many, to be honest.
I feel like they can just get along with anyone.
Least favorites?
See, now this is where we get controversial. Cancer men.
Ooh.
Just too sunsy.
Crybabies.
Leos, hear me out. Leos are okay, but in maybe small doses.
Yeah.
It can be a lot. Like a fire sign in general, normal. But a Leo man, think like Cole Sprouse. Like, that's insufferable.
Keep them at a distance. Like, yeah, they're okay in a little bit, but like, ooh,
I have Leo friends.
Not too much.
Don't get me wrong, I love y'all, but just sometimes that sign can be a lot.
Yeah, agree. Honestly, Geminis get a lot of hate. I don't really know why, but I mean,
do I even know a Gemini? I'm not sure.
Don't think I do at all.
Yeah, I guess I just can't comment.
Aries men a lot. Again, kind of like a Leo to me. Do you know any Aries?
I don't think so.
Real men's men, like, I don't even know how to describe them.
My cat's an Aries.
Okay, but she's a girl. Totally different.
Totes different.
Aries woman, powerful, strong, independent, beautiful. Aries man, pushy, hypermasculine. Not good.
That is not good.
Us 2 seconds ago, we don't really know anything. Us now. No, absolutely, I cannot stand them. All Leos, burn them. Burn them.
Oh my god.
No, take that with a grain of salt. We just thought it'd be fun to share opinions.
And you can hate Virgos. I'm like, I don't care.
I see a lot on TikTok. People either love them or hate them. Like, I always get the videos that will, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but be like, kind of like most likely to with different signs. And then half of them will be like, Virgos are the best. They're amazing. And then half will be like, I cannot stand them. They're so irritating. They're so annoying. And I'm like, I see that. Yeah. I see that for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to get into our big three. That's kind of what we're focusing on for this episode. So our big three, that's our sun sign, moon sign, and our rising sign, if you're not familiar. I feel like this is a lot. If you know astrology, you probably know about the big three. So we can kind of break down what those are and then say what ours are specifically.
Yeah. Do you want to break it down?
Sure. Your sun sign is known as being like your self-image, like your like core identity. It's what everyone kind of knows what their sun sign is. Your moon sign. Oh, and this is all determined by like your birthplace, your birthday, time of birth, that sort of thing. So you can find it online. Your moon sign is more like internal identity, like your internal emotions. And then your rising is kind of like the outside, like what you show to others, or kind of like the mask you wear, like what others kind of see of you.
Yeah. I had heard that before, but I always mixed up moon and rising. I didn't even know. But now that I looked mine up and I know what it means, it actually does make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. When we were building this out, I was like, it's so funny because I'm like, I'm literally taking what resonates, like they say. I'm like, oh, this part is me, and then I'm like copying it into our little outline.
No, absolutely. All of the cons of the sign, I'm like, no. I'm like, suddenly I'm blind.
Yeah, didn't see that paragraph.
And also, we forgot to mention what inspired this episode is Emma plugged our birthdays into whatever you plugged it into.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know. And apparently, we're twin flames, which makes so much sense.
You know, like that moon phase thing that's going around on TikTok, how like your soulmate is like when your moon, like the phases of the moon when you were born, like complete each other. Ours were both, I think, waxing crescent moons. Crescent moons and Virgo. Waxing crescent moon. Damn, like
Don't
this
start
shit
with the
never
giggles.
ends. Like, let's not start this again. Yeah, so I think that means we're like twin flames. I don't know. I also kind of made that up, but it makes sense to me.
That's what I've been seeing the kids do on TikTok. That's like what they
That's what the
say.
kids say. Yeah.
So yeah, that was just very I feel like telling of our friendship because I've always felt like we're exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like you are my best friend and you are also me and I am
Yeah.
you. Like
It's
it's
like a
all
mirror.
exactly. And so that makes a lot of sense.
And that also makes sense seeing, like, I didn't know what your big three were. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So we do, in fact, still give twin energy.
I guess we
So,
can get into that. Both of
yeah, let's do
our
it.
suns are Virgo. We already said that. And then my moon is Libra and my rising is Sagittarius.
So, Virgo sun, my moon and my rising are both Sagittarius.
Crazy,
So, our
crazy.
moons are just different.
Yeah.
Cute.
So now I guess we can get into like the things that, like we said, we identify with for each
Yeah.
of the big three. Virgo suns are earth signs, so like very stable, but also I feel like Virgos are known for being like the perfectionist. We're very like
Mm-hmm.
analytical, kind of critical, which can be like a pro and a con because we do everything correctly, obviously, but I feel like that's where other people get irritated because we are so like particular.
Yeah.
But very like practical, very organized. What do you think? Anything to add?
I wrote down some of the traits: the helpful, modest, sharp, calm, organized, critical,
Mm-hmm.
lazy, nervous. I feel like you're not lazy. I can have rot days all the time. Like I can definitely be lazy. Attention to detail, just like always focused on like what needs to be done. I feel like with Virgos it's almost like we can easily take the emotion out of something and just focus on like a solution, and sometimes that's off-putting to people. It took me some time to realize how to be more empathetic, because like I do like it comes from a place of love and like wanting the best for someone. It's just like learning that how to like adapt to other people's needs and like how they receive information and love. So
Mm-hmm. Especially with those Cancer men, I know you've been with a couple, um,
I have been with a couple. It's true. I have been with a couple.
and I feel like those emotionally are like polar opposites.
Yeah, it's rough.
So you probably had a
Um,
lot of great learning experiences there.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, I'm like, what do I want to say about that? I don't know. I think like dating a Cancer man was it's like tiptoeing about around like trying to not hurt their feelings, even though like you're not saying anything mean.
Mhm.
Anyways, it's crazy.
Ben always quotes me. Ben's a Scorpio, but he's much more emotional than I. And
Hmm.
he always quotes me because I forget what I said. This was like years ago, but I said something and he was like, Madison, like that's really mean. And I said, it's not mean if it's true.
Oh no, it still can be.
Right. But like it is
Yeah,
true. So like maybe you should
like if
think
it's
about that.
factual,
Yeah.
like if it's a statement, like it's not an opinion.
Hmm. That was what I
Real.
meant. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to our moons, which are the different ones.
Mm-hmm.
My
Inside.
Libra, yes, it's our insight, our emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is in Libra, which like I think I said this at the beginning. I don't really know any Libras, so I didn't know anything about it. So I Googled it. I pretty much only wrote down the positives.
Nice. And
But
and that's also what I did.
yeah, right. So it said it's an air sign,
Mm-hmm.
and the emotions are connected to the planet Venus, which is the planet of pleasure, love, relationships, and money. So if your moon is in Venus, it means that you're like naturally more lucky in those specific areas. I'm sure it's like
Mm-hmm.
different for every planet what you're lucky with or like what it's tied to.
Yeah.
But mine is pleasure, love, relationships, and money, which I'd say I'm pretty good in the relationships area.
Yeah,
I
she's
am
happily married.
happily married. The money we are working on, but it's good to know that I am
Yeah.
fortunate in that area. So
Yeah.
things are looking up.
You never need to worry.
No, never, never.
Never. That's hilarious. You do know Libra, my boyfriend Devin Booker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he is very lucky with money. That makes sense.
He is fortunate. No, okay. Oh, something. So my brother ended up making a slideshow presentation for me of the Suns roster because it's like a whole new team this season. Like there's a lot of new people that I just wasn't familiar with. And it was 66 slides long.
It's so
It had like
crazy.
everyone's birthday and everything. And there were like 5 Libras on the team. I was like, ooh, I wonder if that'll like add to the chemistry of the team.
I know. I watched the first game. I didn't recognize like more than 2 people.
Yeah.
I was like, where did you come from? Who are these people? So I need to go through that slideshow
Yeah.
and learn
I
a thing
can
or two.
find a link for you.
I think you already sent it to me. I just unfortunately
She
did
just
not
didn't
go
click it.
through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. My moon, Sagittarius. So I'll read what I put down. If you have a Sagittarius moon sign, you generally like yourself a lot. In parentheses, they said perhaps even a little too much, as Sages are known to be a bit arrogant at times. I do not claim that. Like yourself a lot is crazy.
I see that. I see that for you.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
oh no. I mean, it's a delicate balance of like, is she in love with herself? Does she just completely hate herself? Like, it really could depend on the day. But overall, I think I really enjoy, like, I took myself on a date the other day. Like, I love spending time with just me. It's the best time. It also said you just like the feeling of being stuck in any place for too long and will need variety with your environment, which is so real. Like, I literally had to do online school because I couldn't be in that building for 8 hours a day. It was crazy. I do get the like stuck feeling a lot.
Yeah.
So I definitely relate to that as well.
Maybe you should like move somewhere fun.
I'm itching. I've got the itch. She's like, you feel very stuck in Phoenix.
You've been there for a long time. You feel stuck. You feel trapped.
I've been here a year.
Okay, now moving on to our rising, which we're both Sagittarius. It's so funny that you have so much Sagittarius in your chart because I feel like Sagittarius is a totally different vibe than you. But that's like my preconceived idea. But we both have Sagittarius, which I thought was funny. So Sagittarius is a fire sign. They're ruled by Jupiter, meaning they're very expansive and continuously lucky. Good to know. Very passionate, focused on like optimism, positivity, growth, always trying to better themselves. They're very quick to pursue plans and ideas. So I think I took that as like a little bit impulsive. They believe the impossible to be possible. And the negative is they can come off as a little bit overwhelming or too blunt.
Okay. Yeah, that's you. For sure.
I agree. And like we said, the rising is like what you show to the outside world or kind of how other people perceive you. I think that's me. And I think Sagittarius are like I said, can be a little overwhelming. I view them to be like very chatty, very extroverted. And I feel like as Virgos, and both of our rising is Sagittarius, it's literally the reason why we can have a podcast. Like,
no, like I have it here. It says Sagittarius risings are successful podcasters that change the world. It's kind of crazy.
It's written in the stars, people. But I feel like that is like the mask that I wear, the front that I put out. Whereas like, as like a Virgo, I'm more critical, sometimes even like self-critical, a little nervous, a little anxious, but then to other people I'm like so positive, optimistic, like always having things in the works, like making things happen. And so it's just so true. It's crazy.
I love that. Since I'm also a Sagittarius rising, I just tried to, it's essentially just what you said but reworded. But the thing I saw was like, when you're rising a Sagittarius, every situation can be viewed as an opportunity to learn. Gifted with energy and inspiration, you are often able to inspire and uplift others. And I feel like that kind of comes with like our love for like social media and just like content creation. Like we just want to like learn more about that industry and that space and just like create things that people enjoy watching or like something that could add value for someone. Same with the podcast, you know, it's just that like that urge to share and connect with others.
That's literally immediately what I thought of when you said that. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But I do feel like a strong pull to inspire. And like you said, I think our outlet for that is social media, because we're not going to be the people like doing public speaking or like
No,
going up to
ma'am.
people, going up to people in public and like just starting up a conversation. But I think we both have found our outlet, like to show up on camera and like on social
Yeah,
media and be able to like get our thoughts out that way and inspire people in that way. And I think it's just really cool that we both have found that and have stuck with it
totally.
for years and years and years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I really identify with my Sagittarius rising. I feel like, I don't know, I think I identify with everything. I think the more, like, the older I've gotten, the more I've identified with like my Sagittarius placements. And like when I was more shy and reserved growing up, I definitely felt like a true Virgo
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I always associated it with. But it is cool to kind of like dive deeper into these things. And like there's other placements that are like what can explain like love, your love life, career, like stuff like that. But I like these because they're more broad in general to like your identity and your personality.
Mm-hmm. I also think if you've only ever looked up your sun sign, I think it, like you said, you can identify with different things or even
Mm-hmm.
just like learn about yourself from different angles. Because I feel like I too, when I was younger and like more shy, more reserved, had more anxiety, I definitely was like, oh, I'm 100% a Virgo, like to the
Yeah.
T textbook definition. But then as I grew older, I like felt like maybe not so much, like something else was missing. And then I like read about these and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, because like
Mm-hmm.
you're not just a one-dimensional like person. You
Yeah.
have different personalities in different phases of your life, and even in different environments or situations, different parts of yourself can come out. And so I feel like if you don't really identify with your sun sign, look into more of your chart, because you might be like, oh, okay. Yeah, because that's not entirely
Right.
who I am.
And going off of that, I think it's also important to like if it doesn't feel like it fits, like that's okay. You can say
Mm-hmm.
F it and like you don't have to put yourself in a box or like feel like you need to figure out why you do the things you do because of like your sign or like any other personality thing. It really should just be kind of fun
Mm-hmm.
and a fun way to like view yourself and like feel similar to others. But I will say it also should never be something you use as an excuse for toxic behavior. We
True.
must take accountability for our actions and our habits and the way we treat others. It's not because you're a blah, blah, blah.
No, that's very real.
I think astrology as a whole is just like another way that humans can fulfill our just like human need to like belong to something or to a group of people. Everyone feels that way. And so it is nice to feel like, ah, yes, I found my people, my Virgos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got nothing else.
Me neither. Well, thank you for listening to us rant and ramble. Hopefully, you know, maybe you feel like you got to know us a bit better, or like you're like, oh yeah, they're definitely Virgos. Like it's giving Virgo energy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or maybe you're like, ooh, they're stupid and
They don't know anything.
they don't know anything, and this is insufferable content as always. Yeah, I really don't know.
Let us know what you think, though. Make sure
Let us know.
to, yeah, leave a rating and review. Psychoanalyze us in the review if you'd
Yeah.
like. And only if it's 5 stars, though. Thank you. You can
Let us know if you
also,
were surprised.
yeah, let us know if you're surprised or if we have any of the same signs as you. That could be fun.
Fun.
People often clock me as a Virgo. Do they do that to you?
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty noticeably a Virgo. Yeah.
Yeah. Like people have even in my TikTok comments. Like I remember one specific girl, she was like, "Are you a Virgo?" And I was like, "Yes." How did you know
Damn.
that?
Red.
No,
Red.
to filth. Like absolutely.
Yeah.
So let us know if you have the same sign as us or different signs. We're always open to learning about different things other than ourselves.
Yeah.
Um But make sure to follow us on all of our social media, our Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Everything will be linked in the show notes or the description box if you're on YouTube. And that's all.
And that's all. Happy November 1st.
Oh my
'Tis the
gosh.
season. Like, let's sing some Christmas carols.
'Tis
We're
the
gonna have
season to
really
be
good
jolly.
la 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 la. We're gonna have such good content this season. Just you wait. And if you have any like holiday podcast episode requests, hit our DMs.
Yeah, let us know. I'm so excited. I love
Me
the
too.
holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I would not mind skipping over Thanksgiving personally and just going straight to Christmas, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But thank you guys for listening. We love you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.